Let's see. Why are they saying GGDMV? Alright, looking at her story now. Oh. That. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
That, bro. That.
But that can't even be real.
But,
that's the thing.
But don't even. Look, you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
But I don't.
But hey, bro.
It slows you down.
No, I do for sure. She cheated on me.
What?
On a break.
On the break.
Man, how long was the break?
Nah, that's cheating.
Like a month, 2 months.
That's cheating. I'm not gonna.
But it was just the dude it was with that f***ed me up.
Yeah, that hurt you more.
I never got over it. We got back together. And then I just started cheating on her. Because I couldn't get over it. I couldn't get over it. I'm like, I listen to this music. I'm like, I couldn't get over it. And then after that, I heard her listening to this girl's song. So I started messing with the girl's song she was listening to.
He said, let me do it back to you.
Okay, y'all. So it looks like DDG has successfully triggered High, because word on the street is that she has allegedly been placed on a psychiatric hold. In case y'all missed it, DDG filed a massive response to her DV claims, and he basically painted her as an unstable partner who used their son to emotionally manipulate him throughout their entire relationship. And when I say this is a hot mess, I mean things are about to hit the fan. Word on the street is that High allegedly had a breakdown after DDG exposed her like this, and things are not looking good for her mentally. But it turns out this is just the beginning of the drama, because word is that this was all planned by DDG to steal Halo away from High and make her look incompetent. Y'all, this is a hot mess, and it's about to get even worse, so let's break it down. Word is that Halle Bailey is currently under strict medical supervision after DDG's explosive filing a couple of days ago. As sad as it sounds, we're not really shocked, because High had previously opened up about struggling with her mental health. According to her, things got worse after she gave birth to Halo in 2023, and she was diagnosed with severe postpartum depression.
I just wanted to speak a little bit about my postpartum journey as a new mom, and now trying to work while still being severely postpartum. So, honestly, I have severe postpartum, and I don't know if any new moms can relate, but it's to the point where it's really bad. It's hard for me to be separated from my baby for more than 30 minutes at a time before I start to kind of freak out. And you all know that Halo has the most amazing daddy in the world. Momo is just the perfect dad to him. He loves him so much. He's so present. And I couldn't have asked for a better person to have a baby with because of how present he is and how much he wants to be in his life.
DDG himself also confirmed that she had PPD.
I don't like what people do. I don't like what people hate on her. I don't care if people think she's wrong or not, or I think she's wrong or right. She could be going through something mentally after having a kid that I can't understand as a man. So when situations like this happen, I try to handle it with as much grace as possible, because Halo needs her, you know, I need her. We need each other to create a childhood that's safe and fun and memorable for him. And for that reason alone, like, I got unconditional love and respect for her that nobody can really change. Y'all can hate on me for as long as y'all want, but leave Halle alone, man. Mentally, y'all don't know what she's going through when it comes to postpartum. She just pushed the whole human out. She's dealing with a whole new life. Like, she has to put everything, you know, not on pause, but she has to always consider Halo in every situation. I do too, but you know, as a mother, I know it's way more.
All that talk about PPD didn't matter to him when he filed a restraining order against her in response to her filing a while ago. Now, he totally has the right to defend himself, but fans felt a type of way about how he went about it. He pretty much painted High to be a crazy, unstable woman who posed a danger to him and their son. Now, for somebody who claimed to want to protect High and her child, DDG's lawsuit didn't exactly do that. In fact, word in the streets is that she was so upset by this that it triggered her already fragile situation and caused her to have a mental breakdown. It's unclear what exactly that could mean, but sources are saying she was so distraught by this that she allegedly had to be sedated and is now under a psychiatric hold with strict observation. This is a mess. But considering what DDG said in his filing, it's not surprising that it would trigger someone who is already in a fragile state. In the lawsuit, he claimed that Highwood allegedly threatened to hurt herself to keep him in line and make him do what she wanted. He wrote, "The earliest documented incident occurred in March 2022 when the parties were in Atlanta. After an argument, respondent attempted to leave the residence in his effort to de-escalate the situation. Petitioner responded by repeatedly calling and texting him, eventually claiming she had a knife and implying she would harm herself if he did not return. This event is significant not only because it demonstrates suicidal ideation, but because it marked the beginning of a recurring pattern in which petitioner would threaten or feign self-harm as a manipulative tool to control respondent's movements and decisions within the relationship." He also claimed that there was a time she took his firearm while she was pregnant, and he feared she was going to hurt herself badly. He said, "This behavior escalated in August 2023 during a child confrontation, in which petitioner seized respondent's legally owned firearm during an argument and left the house in possession of the weapon. Respondent, unable to locate her and concerned for her safety, immediately alerted his mother and her fiancé, who ultimately found petitioner outside the home still holding the firearm. She was described as emotionally unwell, incoherent, and potentially dangerous. The incident is particularly grave. Petitioner not only placed herself at risk, but she utilized a lethal weapon in a context that clearly endangered the physical and psychological safety of those around her, including the couple's unborn child." He went on to say that the most serious episode occurred on March 21, 2024, when petitioner sent a series of alarming text messages threatening to unalive herself and suggesting that her infant son, Halo, might also be harmed. She then proceeded to drive her vehicle, with the child in the car while in an emotionally unhinged state. Respondent was so disturbed by her condition that he immediately contacted petitioner's godmother to intervene and assist. The implications of this incident were deeply troubling. Petitioner called the life of the minor child into direct jeopardy by operating a motor vehicle while in a mental state that she herself described as unsafe. In September and November of 2024, petitioner again sent text messages threatening to end her life during times of emotional distress and conflict with respondent. He also claimed that he and Haley had broken up before when she found out she was pregnant with Halo and that she used the pregnancy to manipulate him into getting back together. He wrote, "In June of 2023, I discovered petitioner attempted to terminate the pregnancy without my knowledge or consent, regardless of our prior discussions to parent a child together. On or about June 6, 2023, petitioner contacted me complaining that she was bleeding and in pain. In my effort to assist, I contacted her OBGYN and learned that petitioner had attempted to get rid of the baby, but failed to take the second dose. Following this discovery, I spoke to the petitioner and asked why she would get rid of our child after we had agreed to co-parent together. Petitioner threatened me by demanding that we reconcile, or she would go through with the termination. Y'all, this is wild, to say the least. And if you know Hai, then you know she used to be crazily in love with DDG. And now he's saying that she manipulated him into being with her when he made it clear he didn't want to." He went on to claim that Hai was so jealous she would prevent him from collaborating with other female streamers. He said, "Petitioner consistently expressed discomfort and hostility toward my work, particularly when it involved collaborating or filming with other women. She refused to be part of my content and often used emotional manipulation or conflict to prevent me from filming with female colleagues, despite the professional nature of my work." This is interesting though, because he's made this accusation before but never named Haley. During a live stream with rapper BIA, he suddenly brought up how his ex was so petty and jealous that she blocked his song with BIA from being released. He claimed the ex in question hated how explicit the song was and pulled strings to stop it.
Song that we made years ago that you never put out. Oh, don't play it though.
Don't play it. Yeah, it's crazy.
You talking about on the other album?
That he didn't put out because somebody told him, somebody was like, "I don't put that out."
Yeah. We can talk about it.
No, we don't have to talk about it.
Why not?
It's your story to tell, not mine.
Should I talk about it?
It's not my business. It's not my tea.
You want me to talk about it?
I don't want you to do a damn thing. That's your business, brother.
You want me to talk about it?
That's your business, bro.
Yeah, what happened with that song?
So basically, the song was like...
Because I didn't know it was an issue till way later. I just asked, why the song don't come out? Why the song don't come out? And then you said, what you said?
I was in a relationship at the time. Me and her did a song, but the song was kind of like
freaky.
In a way,
it wasn't really freaky.
But it was just
I need a boss.
So it couldn't come out.
It was. I need a boss.
It was just like it was. It was the verse, like the verse we was saying. It made it.
That's my girl.
Yeah, the verse was just like, you know.
One thing about me, don't ask me to get on the song if you're gonna have a problem with how I.
No,
Did
it
you
was.
have a problem with it? He loved the verse.
Just play the song, bro.
So should I try?
I don't think I should play it.
No, don't play it.
I ain't gonna play it.
Don't play it. But still, it's the fact that if we let it fly at that time,
it would have went.
It would have went fine. It would have been. It would have been.
He also claimed that she blocked female rappers from working with him. According to him, a couple of female rappers, according to Ayla, have turned down collabs with him because they're loyal to High.
I feel like a lot of women, I could be wrong though, but I feel like a lot of women, because of my situation,
stay away.
They stay away because it might look like they choosing sides in a way. But I'm gonna just give you a scenario of what my brain would think would happen.
Okay.
If I hit up Glorilla and be like, let's do a song, she would see the DM, and if she wants to do it, she will ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She would ask her first to see if it's okay. Like, you know what I mean?
So, it was quite interesting to see him bring this up again. And remember when Hal claimed that he put hands on her because he chipped her tooth? Well, DDG denied that as well, claiming that she accidentally injured herself during an argument. He wrote, "On about January 18th, 2025, petitioner agreed that I could pick up our son, Halo, for an overnight visit. After placing Halo in his car seat, petitioner unexpectedly entered the back seat of the vehicle and refused to exit, effectively preventing me from exercising my custodial time. Despite my repeated requests for her to leave the car, she locked herself inside with Halo and grew increasingly agitated. Concerned for the safety and well-being of our son, I called my mother for guidance on how to proceed. During this incident, petitioner demanded that I talk to her to make a schedule and then proceeded to strike me from the back seat by lunging herself over the center console in front of the seat to punch me. As she did so, her own momentum caused her to hit her head on the steering wheel. At no point did I strike her. In fact, I attempted to shield myself by restraining her arms to prevent further punches." He also attached some texts between them dating as far back as 2022, before she was pregnant with Halo. Even though he didn't explicitly say it, fans are convinced that the reason he attached the 2022 texts was to paint her as supposedly being crazy, even before she got pregnant. He attached more texts and, honestly, they were a mess. But some of the texts made him look bad too, like one where she was begging him to take Halo because she was scared she was going to hurt herself and wanted the baby to be safe. But instead, DDG locked her and the baby out in the cold because he said he didn't want her in his house with his firearms. Other texts showed her accusing him of not stepping up as a father when she needed help with the baby. Honestly, it's a mess all around. But to nobody's surprise, DDG's mom Tanya took his side and exposed High for allegedly stalking DDG using AirTags. In her declaration, she wrote, "The first AirTag was discovered in June 2023 in Daryl's Maybach. Daryl called me that night stating that the petitioner, Halle Bailey, had shown up uninvited to a movie theater in Beverly Hills where he was attending a film with a female friend. Petitioner called me directly that night, angrily stating that she knew Daryl was at the movies and made threats to him up. She continued, "The next day, George, Daryl, and I thoroughly searched the Maybach and found an Apple AirTag hidden beneath the back seat. The discovery clarified for us all how petitioner had tracked Daryl's location to the movie theater. A few days later, George received similar AirTag alerts while driving Daryl's Cadillac Escalade. Although he initially couldn't find the device, the alerts persisted. We searched the vehicle repeatedly and eventually located a second AirTag in the back seat of the Escalade. Approximately 2 to 3 weeks later, yet another AirTag was found in the Escalade, this time concealed inside a vitamin bottle. Again, George's phone was receiving AirTag tracking alerts while driving. After persistent searching, Daryl located the device hidden in the bottle. A fourth AirTag was found in April 2024 after the birth of Daryl's son, Halo. I personally found this device inside the baby's diaper bag, hidden underneath the internal cardboard lining. In January 2025, George and I moved into Daryl's home. While helping clean and organize the house, I discovered a box of unused Apple AirTags in a drawer in Daryl's bedroom. These had been left behind by Petitioner, who had lived in the home on and off both before and during her pregnancy. She moved out shortly after the baby was born in December 2023. The box of AirTags remains in Daryl's possession. Y'all, the situation is crazy, and it's clear the relationship between DDG and Hai was toxic. I mean, we already suspected things weren't that great, but we didn't know they were this bad. In Hai's filing, she claimed that his bad behavior was the reason for their breakup, writing, "Our relationship ended in 2024 because of Daryl's temper and lack of respect toward me. There have been numerous incidents of physical abuse, even before Halo was born. He often calls me profanities, including the B word. He often called me evil." But now DDG is claiming that they broke up in 2023, before they even knew she was pregnant. She also claimed that he was irresponsible toward Halo, saying, "Daryl lacks an understanding of how his actions impact Halo. He is often verbally abusive toward me in front of Halo." On March 7, 2025, Daryl was verbally and physically aggressive toward me while holding Halo while visiting my home. He often demands to see Halo when it suits him, yet leaves Halo with his mother while he tries